My name is Florence Kinyo. I'm the director of the Ark Trust. The Ark Trust started in the year 1994, precisely on the 14th of March, the year 1994. We started at a place called Kirigiti in some very funny rented rooms. We started with 8 street boys from the Kiambu town. And these boys were identified through a feeding program that we started in the year 1993 under the Word of Faith Church, Kiambu. Through this program, we identified some of the boys who were in the streets and they were really eager and ready to go back to school. And some who had never started school, they really wanted to be back to start school. And therefore, after identifying them, we found that there was need for them to have shelter and care. And that's precisely how the Ark Home then started, with 8 of the street boys. Okay. After 1994, now with the 8 boys, we still continued with our work in the streets of Kiambu because there were so many street children in Kiambu. And then we also grew again with another 8 boys. That is in the year 1996. And then we were still in the rented rooms. Then after 1996, we got some friends. Now some friends who were assisting us in the day-to-day running of the home. And then 1997, we came to Gegu now, where we are at the moment. In Gegu, we got to know a man called Napastaa. Napastaa now is the man who helped us buy the land that we are in right now. And in honor of him, then we gave the home the name Napastaa. Apart from honoring, this was the time of around 1997 was the time when now multipartyism was so rampant. And the then president was very keen on the names that were being used. Ark was one of the opposition parties. Somebody had started a party and called it Ark. And therefore the Ark was not politically something very good. And therefore it was bringing a lot of issues for us. And therefore, in honor of this man who had given us a home, then we gave the name to our home. We shifted from Ark Home now to Napastaa Heimen Children's Center. Heimen, which is a Norwegian name, meaning home. And that's how the name now came. I will say the greatest value is fear for God and wanting to follow our vision. We are guided by the scripture that's saying that in everything we do it heartily as unto God. And therefore, our love for God and wanting to do what pleases Him and to do His will is what has governed us. And of course, integrity which is our greatest value, that we must have integrity in everything that we do. Integrity is a very great value in being accountable in everything that we do. Being accountable to God first, accountable to the people we serve, accountable to the community that we work in. Yes. Thank you very much. First of all, I will say that the vision that we carry began first and foremost from the Bishop of the Word of Faith Church, who is a father to me. And he's like, he gave birth to the vision and gave it to me as an inheritance. And then I also say that the Norwegian Aid is an NGO in Norway, who have been our partners from the very beginning up to now. And also another very important couple called Bjorn and Kari Anderson, who are also like the initial people that we started together the work in before they went to Meru, where they dwelt. Therefore, I would say that the people I can hold dearly in this vision is our Bishop, Dr. Thomas Mute, Kari and Bjorn Anderson, and the Norwegian Aid, who are our partners to date, and also our other friends, local friends who have been very close to us. Yeah, like the local friends have been very influential, especially in giving, I would say they have been supporting us in Kaid a lot, giving a lot of clothing. Mushua, I would say they have been very, very important friends to us as on an individual level and on the level of the Ark Trust and the Napastaa Hymen. Through donations in cash and Kaid, and through, okay, when I say in cash and Kaid is, I will say it's a very broad. These are people who have been coming here to talk to the children, talk to the young people, and become like their mentors, and they help us to like parent them. They have been very important people working with us. I have some friends who have worked with me from 1994, and they are very, very, very active even up to today. So I can say generally they have been the people who have helped me carry the vision. The Ark Trust at the moment stands, I say, in a very important position in the community, especially at this time when the whole world is going moving from residential care to what we are calling the child welfare programs. This one is a very broad. It means whereby the world is moving from having children, moving from the style of having children in children's homes or orphanages to helping them be in their own families. So the Ark Trust is like accepting it, but doing it in the best way, putting the interest of the child first. And that's where we are finding ourselves now, starting the Napastaa Model School. The Napastaa Model School is our way of becoming a child welfare program, whereby children can live with their parents or in their families, and at the same time get education and care. Whereby now the Ark Home becomes like a resource center in the community. Our way and our thought and our vision right now is that the Ark will become an icon in the community, whereby even children who are not necessarily like in need of, maybe they're in need of leisure, not necessarily, the parents can give them education, but they need the leisure. The parents maybe are not able to educate them, they can get education. Maybe the parents don't have somewhere to leave their kids. Maybe as they go to work, we are becoming that person. That is the way we are going. That we can be able to become a community resource center, whereby we can be able to meet holistic needs of a child. Financial constraints, because in everything that we wish to do as human beings, and especially let's say when it comes to education and all that, there are so many needs, so many children in need of education, so many children in need of care. But then we find that our resource our resource base, our financial resource base is not that strong. And therefore, sometimes you find that the heart really feels a bit low when you find that there is a young person or a child who needs to maybe get to school or go to college or university, and we don't really have that enough resources to go. But at the same time, I will also say that the major challenge is the ever-changing styles in the government. I'm just trying to look for this good word that the government is, we want to go the government way, but the government is also getting constrained with maybe they would love us to, for example, remove all children from children's homes or from Napastaa, for instance, and have them in their families. But the families are still in the same situation. The government would love to help them in their homes, but there is not that possibility. You find that you're constrained. It's like there is the child is at the middle and you're pulling like this. But as they are home, there is what we have believed in. We want to put the interest of the child first, even before we go to the objectives of the different frameworks that come in to maybe to bring a change in the way we care for children. I will say that educating the children, I think, is the major thing, because education for any child is a basic foundation that determines the future of the child. That doesn't mean that the child has to be like, we are looking at the holistic education of a child, whereby you are able to help the child according to their abilities and capabilities in life. That one is our major thing. Of course, the other basic needs will come, like clothing and food. But the main one will remain, of course, education and food. Because if a child is well fed and they have education, then they are able to help themselves in the future. Because for facilities, for somewhere to keep them, I think that one, at least, it's a bit basic for now. We can be able to. One thing I really want to appreciate all the friends of Napastaa Hymen, starting from the local people, the local community, all our well-wishers, the people who have always come here to donate and to give in helping the children. I also want to give my greatest appreciation and thank you very much to the Norwegian Aid for being such great partners who have made this work to be where it is, and the great hard work they do to ensure that we are moving on well and the children get to live the way they ought to. And my greatest appreciation also goes to our Bishop, Dr. Thomas Muthe, for his continuing support in every way that he does and the prayers he prays for us. And also, again, for my wonderful staff members. They do such an incredible job. I can sleep and be happy because of that great work they do. Together, we have a vision that we are following, and we are very grateful. Thank you very much. I'm very hopeful for the future, and my hope and faith is that every child who passes through the Ark home, the Ark Trust, or every child who has passed through Napastaa Hymen, who has lived there and moved, and every other child who has been helped through the Ark Trust will be a self-reliant citizen in the future. And in this connection, that's why we are starting the impact story of the Ark Trust. And you'll hear them talking it for themselves. I'm so grateful that what started as a small vision has now grown into a big vision. From Napastaa Amen now to the Ark Trust, transforming lives all over the country, starting from Kiambu, yes, and all over the country. We thank everyone for working this journey with us, and we are so grateful. Feel appreciated.